Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the latest episode of training in the VFL. And we're against VFL Watford FC. As you would have seen in the last games, we haven't been doing too badly, but from this point on we kind of started to get frustrated, and I did say I'd kind of talk about that in the last episode. And what I mean by that is just stuff wasn't going right. Like, we could defend well, but we couldn't get the ball forward to the strikers. The strikers are getting frustrated because the ball couldn't be put forward to them. Chances could have been made, and we just weren't scoring goals. And that's just a big issue in a team. Like, defensively, I felt like we were holding out pretty well. But look at that look at this for a bit of play. Like, Watford, dear God, you've been practicing your set pieces. That was something special. I'm not too sure what happened. I think Vidic might have said that he might have accidentally headed it back across. Not much you can really do about that. But all credit goes to Watford. That was some sweaty but very nice set piece there, and I was just shocked when it happened. I was just like, yeah, well, whatever happens here, I think if they score, they score. All credit goes to them, because it's just something that I'm not even going to complain about, because it's so well practiced, and that's what you want from a team. Like, from set pieces, you want stuff that you know is going to work, and for them, that is the thing that worked. It was just something they've obviously practiced for hours, and it was just really good to see something like that pulled off in the VFL, because I like to see teams that are fully polished off and practiced, and it's so nice. But like I was saying, frustration was kicking in from here. We conceded one goal, and it just wasn't going our way. Like, we felt like it was, but there was just certain things. And look at Skin with that first time shot, just catching off the keeper. I'm not too sure who the keeper was. I think someone might have said Sanjay. I'm not too sure. I know he used to be called Courtois, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. De Gea, either. I don't know. I don't know people in the VFL that well. I'm still new to the VFL. I'm trying to get used to it and everything in it. But the first game's wrapping up very soon. It's 1-1 at the moment. It looks like it's going for a draw, and people were just getting frustrated because it's a draw, and stuff just isn't going our way. We're not making enough chances to be outscoring the other team, and defensively we're not doing too bad of a job. Like, Hammond, Vidic, Regani and Zodia were the defenders for tonight. Did a cracking job, and Darth was obviously an RCM, who's normally the right back. But everyone played well, and moving on to the second game, this was against Man United, and as soon as I knew we were playing United, I thought unsuitable. And if you guys remember from the early episodes of myself in the VFL, Mr. Unsuitable was in the Crystal Palace team for the first half of the season, and he was a set piece taker, he was a midfielder that I personally didn't really want to play, and I knew that what he does works well. And look at that for a chance. Really good ball whipped in, and just that's the sort of stuff that I mean. It's just like some teams can really pull off set pieces, and I feel for next season, it won't happen for this season, but for next season at Palace, if I'm still staying at Palace, I think that we're going to really get our training down. We're going to make sure that we really play solid, and we're going to make sure that we practice these small things like set pieces and small bits of play. Like, some teams that were playing, like when we played Derby in the last episode, they were playing such good high pressure football, and the United in this game, they were playing like triangles all around our players, and there just wasn't too much we could really do about it. And all credit goes to these teams. They're obviously one step ahead of us, and look at that for an awful throw. And luckily I get let off there, and Tom's lead United. I know he's a good player. Unfortunately, he just gets pulled down and slips over and actually does put it wide. But I feel like it's coming to the end of the season. We're kind of taking a step backwards. I think it might have just been a one-night frustration. I don't think it's going to happen in the season. Hopefully well, I'm recording this on Monday, but hopefully when it comes to the week games and whatnot, I don't know when you're seeing this next episode or this episode, but hopefully we're back into our normal form. Everyone's back into the right set of mindset, and there's no frustration or nothing between the team, and we can really go forward and get the record and the scores that we need for this season. It's really important. But I've made some nice saves in this. I've been a sweeper keeper in this United game, and I'm playing in some sort of football that I don't normally play, because they kept playing through balls, and I had to be there for the defenders to cover them. But it ended 0-0, and I think we finished second overall in the tournament. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this 2-part episode, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. And like I said, I was really excited to give this a try. I normally play 6'1" when I'm casually playing, but if I'm playing VFL, I play 6'5". But I think I played and made some really good saves in this video. You guys will be able to see them in the background. But I felt like this build is actually quite decent, and I'm not too sure if you guys would agree with that if you've tried it yourself.